Hey, yo, this is the Building Downtown. You can follow on social media at the Building DT. You can follow and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, TalkShoe, Google Play, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm your host, Jason Kelly. You can follow me at JKellyMMA. You can follow my co-host, Kirill, at Apostle Raps. And you can follow Amy Barton at Ames Bell. The KOTD Grand Prix took a weekend off. We entertained you with over 4 hours of Poison Pen content. If you haven't heard it, check it out. It was a blessing to get that much info, that much time from that man. The history, the stories, it was incredible. But we're back in the swing of things. This Sunday, we're kicking off. We got the South versus the West. The South is going to try to rise up, but the man we have on tonight is going to do everything in his power to stop this shit. He had to take in his sister in the first round. He had to take in his brother in the second round, and he's not letting an enemy come into his state and take his plate. I know that much. Saynt, welcome to the Building Downtown. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me on the show. That was a hell of an intro.
Yeah, you deserve it. You deserve it. You've been setting shit on fire since you were considered a freshman a couple years ago. Yeah, just leaving a fucking blaze behind you. Going into this tournament, I know you're confident. You're confident, dude. You know you're not in it just to see how things turn out. You're going for that 50K for that number one spot. The seven people surrounding you. Any surprises in the final eight?
You said any surprises?
Yeah, like any of the other seven that are in the final eight. Are you surprised to see any of them this far in the tournament still?
The person that I'm battling pretty much is the only one that don't really belong here. You feel me? Like, he's the only one that's supposed to be Chef Trez. You feel me? That was supposed to be that was how they set it up and all. That was supposed to be my battle. You feel me? And he cheated me out of my battle. You feel me? So I'm gonna have to pay the price for that.
So you were expecting Trez to meet Trez at this point?
Definitely. If Trez, unfortunately, for me, Trez was unable to continue in the tournament due to health reasons. So shout out to him, prayers to him. I'm glad that he beat Eddie I didn't really want to rematch Eddie I would not want to do any rematches because I feel like I used my material for you. So it's like, it's over with. Like, I'm cool.
Yeah. I agree with you too. Rematches, they usually don't work out too well. The Chilla Jones Real Deal, they did the 3 in a row basically. That was a bit too much. And in the first round, if things would have went down where Frack would have been declared the winner, he would have been battling Thesaurus. They just battled last November. I don't see another Frack performance the way he pulled off against Thesaurus. And it's not something I was into again. It's like Pat versus Sharon. A lot of people want that title match done again. They want a rematch between those two. And I don't know. I'm a big fan of both of them, but I don't know if they're even going to come with enough heat for a rematch. I'm with you. Like
there has to be enough time. There has to be enough time in between. You know what I mean? If there's a rematch, there has to be at least a couple years in between, so you get more material, fresh material, right? You don't want to come back chewing up the same shit, or coming up with something.
Like I like Tay-Rock and K-Shine. Like that's a cool rematch because they battled way back when in like a glass dome or wherever they was at, and then they battled. And then they battled.
How you liking these venues? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying. Then they battled on the main stage. You feel me? And they got to see who was better on the main stage as well. So that was a cool rematch.
How you liking these venues? These like, I guess you've only been in the one in the West so far, but there's no fans. You're not in a club or in some sort of an arena of some sort of smaller arena of some sort like that. Are you liking this vibe with no fans?
Yeah, pretty much. All the rappers are coming to the forefront. Pretty much like B-Dot's going crazy. He's pretty much going to get champion of the year. To rap in it is cool because I get to finally, showcase that the raps are different. You feel me? People aren't just so based on the crowd reaction and stuff like that. People are really breaking down bars and things like that. But I do miss the crowds like everybody else. You feel me? Once the first main stage event that happened is going to be ridiculous. Like the energy is going to be crazy. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. But I'm enjoying the bubble. You feel me? That's cool.
And with now that you got the West out of the way, because you had to take RX first, then Active second, it's the home team, so to speak. Are you happy now that that's out of the way?
Definitely, but at this point, it's like I just have to make sure that it wasn't for nothing. You feel me? Just have to make sure because they put me in that position where I had to battle my people. You feel me? And sometimes I don't work out all the way. So it's like, shit, niggas gotta make sure that it wasn't for nothing.
Mm-hmm. Now, you mentioned Chef Trez is who you expected. We had So Severe on a couple times. Severe said the first time we had him on, we were talking about, this was after the first week, the South battle. It was a few days after that event. And So Severe, I was talking about the different divisions, who he considers the strongest out of these divisions, and he actually said you for the West. He expected you to come out on top of the West above everyone else. You already mentioned Trez, so you weren't thinking the same for him. Did you even, keep an eye or pay any attention to So Severe before he's been put in front of your in your sights, so to speak?
Not particularly. He wasn't like, I fuck with So Severe. Like, he's nice. Like, when he was coming out here and shit, like, I was like, he's a good rapper. He knows how to put shit together. But during the tournament, he wasn't someone that I just viewed as someone that was gonna go far in the tournament. I thought he might get to Chef Trez and then lose. Like, that was pretty much my prediction. But we know
that was Amy's prediction too.
Yeah, that was was Amy's prediction too. We did a recap show after the South with just the three of us, and Amy was saying her words were Trez or So Severe is going to get washed by Trez. And So Severe happened to hear the show. He came on. He was all good with it. Everybody's opinions, whatever. But it was pretty funny. So I think she's with you. She was expecting to see you and Trez by this point.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah, definitely. But shit, other than that, I like Hayes in the South. Because last time somebody asked me and I said no, and then after I got off the phone, I was like, well, Hayes, he's doing pretty good. Like, he's the only one that I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool.
How about that one? Are you excited as a fan to see Dizaster battle Hayes? I think that's a battle that's going to be...
Yeah, definitely. I'm like, damn, who's going to win? Like, is Fire going to come with enough fire material to beat Dizaster? Is Dizaster going to come with enough punchlines and relevant material to beat Hayes? So it's like,
I love how you put emphasis on relevant, but go on.
Yeah, definitely. Like, because you got to be relevant and you got to be able to reach the people when you rapping. But shit, Diz was able to do that versus Thesaurus, so that was a pretty good battle. So that was cool. Even though I personally feel like if Thesaurus would have got those bars out, that he would have pretty much sealed the battle. But it is what it is. Like, you got to finish. This the playoffs. You can't choke. Like, period.
Mm-hmm. And when there's a discussion we had after that, actually, because he didn't necessarily choke, try to remember his lines, couldn't get it together, and then there was a pause and tried to freestyle or some shit. He just stopped dead. So in being in this tournament stuff, do you think that is something that should be held against the competitors if they cut their round short? So you know what I mean? You're not sitting there necessarily choking, but you are cutting your round short. Should that be scored against you?
I'm not holding it against him that he choked in the sense of that he just forgot his material, so he jerseyed and he cut his round short. It's just the fact that up until that point, it wasn't a clear win for the third. So for you to cut your round short, it was like you still needed to get that clincher. And for you to cut your round short, for you to like basically choke, like I don't care if you didn't stumble around and all of that shit, you didn't get all of your material out, so you choked. So it's like you could have sealed the round with those final 4 or 8 bars, but you didn't. And the rest of the round that you presented us with wasn't enough to beat Dizaster third. So it is what it is. It's not necessarily penalizing you for cutting it short, but those rest of those bars could have sealed that off. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. And you kind of had a bonus round after your next or your last performance when you sat down with I think who was it? Lush. You sat down with.
Pretty sure it was Lush.
And you asked for Real Deal going fishing.
Right there.
But sorry, go ahead.
No, you talking about when I went in on Real Deal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that all about? I didn't even know you guys had any sort of history. What happened?
He started it. I love it.
Because you feel me? I only respond because I'm here to do one job and one job only, and that's win the tournament. I'm not here to be in publicity and be selling shirts and all type of shit. So I wasn't really here for that. But what's it called? Real Deal decided to take it upon himself in round 1 before battling to just say all this shit about how the North is the strongest region, and if you make it out the North, then you this and you that, and some regions are just so trash. And he pointed out the West Division. You feel me? And he was like, the West Division is just trash, and it's just so much. Like he specifically pointed out the West Division and said we was trash. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. When he said that, I'm like, watch, you about to lose to Times. You feel me? And because you talking shit before you've even stepped in the ring, you're already talking shit and downplaying other people. So you about to lose right now, and that's exactly what happened. He lost to Times. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna be like him. I'm gonna wait until I win my battle.
You think holding the title got to his head a bit of an ego there, and that's why he slipped?
Probably. I don't know. I don't know what's going on in these people's head, man. They be thinking all types of shit. He might be thinking that. I don't know, but I felt like he just genuinely felt like the West was trash. So I'm like, you gotta remember that I'm over here. You feel me? And if I'm over here, nothing is trash. Like, so I had to remind him. Like, I definitely had to remind him of that. So that's the only reason. I'm not gonna go off on nobody unprovoked. You feel me? I'm just trying to win the money, man.
And was it you too? I think it was that was saying that about your staying with KOTD. You're not looking for a shot on URL or something. Was that you saying that as well? Yeah. What was that all about? Is there like I mean, guys go back and forth all the time, but then people do get branded like Sharon, right? People are gonna say he's a KOTD guy, but he does battle other places. But is there something about, like, is it a loyalty thing? Is it a problem that you have what's going on over there, or is it just to create some controversy?
Well, really, it's a mixture of it's mostly just loyalty, and just the fact that people are always asking me about URL. That's why I brought it up, because people are always asking me every time. After every one of my battles that happens, even during the tournament, people are asking me, oh, when are you going to go to URL? When are you going to, oh, you need to battle this, that, and the third. You need to battle this person, that person. So, you feel me? Sometimes when I'm talking on camera about battle rap, you feel me, that's just a subject that I go to because people are always asking that. And also it's loyalty to King of the Dot, because they were really the ones who, give me my opportunities and, put on for the West and be out here. They pretty much gave most of the West superstars their first big battles, so I really can't hate on King of the Dot. And I stayed down this whole year just waiting on a phone call, and they hit me with a $50K tournament, so clearly I'm cool.
Yes. Yeah, it's nice to see that kind of loyalty because you don't see it a whole bunch. But is it safe to say, if this tournament's not going on sometime in the future, URL comes to you with the right opponent, everything checks out, you would battle on that stage, but you don't want to be fucking pressured into it, or like you want people to pay attention to what you're doing over there?
URL.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I'm a URL fan. I grew up watching URL, so I definitely want to be on URL. It'll just have to be the right, thing for my brand. You feel me? Like, I'm different. Like, I don't have to do all that shit. So, I don't.
You grew up watching URL.
Oh, you said what?
Bro, you're like 12. Come on now.
Shit.
Hey, man, I've been watching URL since I was like 1, man. So.
I was gonna ask you, do you feel like being as young as you are has any factor in anything? Do you feel like that's an advantage, or doesn't matter, or what?
What?
How young you are? I mean, you're pretty young compared to a lot of these guys.
It's like I think it's more of a disadvantage for me than it is for an advantage, just because I don't really look like super rough. Like, I just been in the streets all my fucking life, like chest. You feel me? So I kind of look like a babyface nigga. So it's like it kind of works against me, but at the same time, I don't really give a fuck because it's all about rap at the end of the day.
Sharon doesn't look like a serial killer when he steps in the ring either. You know what I mean?
He looks like a serial killer.
Right,
That's
but
exactly what
Sharon,
he looks like his boss in the freezer.
Maybe that's just
like parody. So it's like people just don't even take him serious off the jump.
Are you a fan of Sharon's? Who are you a fan of that's in this tournament? Like, there's got to be one.
I'm definitely a fan of Sharon. I thought Sharon was gonna get to the finals. I was expecting to battle him, so that was kind of a surprise.
You're saying you're in finals for sure, though.
Yeah, he's in the
Saynt's
in the finals for sure.
No, that's good. That's a good energy to have, though, for sure. Can't be going into a fight thinking you can lose. That's for sure.
No. You don't go
I
into a
feel
fight.
like I'm better than everybody. The only person that I'm not clearly better than in this tournament is Dizaster. You feel me? That's the only person that I feel like I would have to. People aren't gonna give me the edge versus Hayes, but I feel like I'm clearly better than him. I feel like my pen's clearly better than his, and that it is what it is. Like, he's not really a joke dude. Like, he's a bar heavy dude. I'm a bar heavy dude, but I got more bars than him. You feel me? So I feel like the only person skill wise that I would have a hard time on my hands with is Dizaster, just because I would have to figure out how to match him, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Difficult. But other than that, if I beat
that's
him,
a big order, though.
wrap.
That's like saying matching daylight. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something you can't match.
Exactly, but I feel like I can. It's just I just have to do it. You feel me? I have to just make sure I have to buckle down and go into a mode that I've never been into before, and that's just stepping into my top tierness. You feel me? I feel like I need to win this tournament so that I could step into the top tier and be finally in that circuit and be able to battle all the big names, the Riders and the Saga and whoever the fuck else. Feel me? Those type of people, and be getting paid. So I feel like that's my opportunity to prove it.
But you keep talking about, like, you just coming here to do your thing. You know, you just said jokey a minute ago, but do you feel like it's a promote? I mean, with the Twitch thing, it's a little different because it's a new platform and Twitch has like this giant reach and built-in audience to a degree. But do you feel like it's always solely the promoter's job to do the promo? Like, I mean, you may not be the guy coming out here like Diz in a tactical vest, right, and talking a bunch of shit to whoever listen. But like Mr. Babyface, like you don't think there's any like pluses to you having some shit to say off of the stage every now and again?
Usually that's me. Like, usually I'm most hated because I'll talk my shit and I'll talk it very bad and I'll make niggas feel bad. You feel me? But right now, when I'm in serious mode, when it's time to win, it's none of that. It's money on the line. Like, I don't have time to be doing all of that. Now, if I was like Dizaster or somebody where I already make a living off rap and all of that, this, that, and the third, then yeah, I would, and I already have a large fan base where I could really help promote King of the Dot, then yeah, I would be more engaged in promotion for this. But in my position, I need to be more focused on just winning. I don't need to be focused on jumping out the window, making blogs, and talking hella shit, because we seen what happened to Real Deal when he talked shit before his battle. You feel me? He lost in round 1. I can't go out like that. You feel me? So I'm just, but y'all want to see some shit talking, just stick around. Cause don't let me win. Don't let me win. Like, nobody's ever going to hear the end of it. So I'm just saving it all for that.
So you win the tournament, are you there? Then you're gonna have to call it Real Deal, talk some shit, and be like, I want that fucking chain now.
I was gonna ask that. Are you gonna be coming for him after that? After that disrespect?
Chain. He gotta come get my chain. He gotta come get my chain. Shit, different chains. It's 2 different chains. Apparently, it's supposed to be like, once you win, it's $50K and a world title shot or something like that. I don't even want that fucking chain. They might take it from him and give it to me. Like, I don't. What do I? My chain is gonna mean more. Like, my name is gonna mean more than the chain. Nobody's even gonna give a fuck about the chain if I win the tournament. Like, I'm king of the Dot. Like, your chain, that you might as well pawn that shit. Like, it's not gonna matter.
I could rock with that. I could rock with the new face of King of the Dot. You being up at the top. It's nothing against Real Deal or anyone else in the past, but I've been saying for a while, there's guys like you and a few others that, because I've been in a battle rap for fucking ever, like fucking since you were probably like before you were born, and fucking. I've been doing this shit for a long time. I love this shit. And it's because guys like you, where I'm like, fucking nice. I know the next 8-10 years we got good shit coming. We got good representatives. Because after that first emergence, especially like you said, a lot of guys came out of the West there. The grind time shit that was going on. That emergence of guys from the West, and not just the West, other places too, you don't get that originality anymore. And you don't get the creativeness anymore. You're one of the guys that actually does bring that to the table. A-Ward's one, but he's not, he's been in this shit for a while now. But he was another one too. When he first started popping, I was like, fuck yeah, it's nice to know that the culture's not going to go to shit when Thesaurus hangs it up, or Diz hangs it up, or these guys hang it up.
Hey, I'm glad that y'all think that about me, you feel me? Because every time I go into a battle, I just be like, well, I hope they understand what I'm saying, you feel me? I hope they rock with it, because my approach to writing is just different. Like, I always try to make sure that I'm referencing things that aren't usually referenced. I'm not just saying round and arm and making the fucking current event bars and shit. I'm trying to actually make good creative content, so it's good that it's received well, you feel me?
Mm-hmm. And how many times do you, because by the sounds of it, you rewrite? Like, are you always adjusting and fine tuning?
Definitely, because you'll think of an idea and then you'll think of different ways that you could say it. So, like, because the first way that you might think of it may not be the best way to say it, or you might think of something to add a little extra meaning on it or something like that. But that's just me. Then I feel like that's what the elite writers of the battle rap people do. Like, people not just coming up with the first thing on their mind and just saying it. They thinking about how they can rearrange it so that it can make the most sense. And I do English. Like, when I was in school, like, I was the English dude. I used to like doing English. I used to get perfects on my essays and shit. So I know how to arrange sentences and make everything make perfect sense. And I kind of got like OCD for that. So that kind of like helps with it.
Yeah, I was a writer when I covered MMA for almost a decade. I'd do interviews, and some of them would be print, some of them would be on air, some would be video or whatever, but I did a lot of writing. And
Man.
throughout that time, like it became second nature to me. To this fucking day, I can't read something without reading it from like an editor's perspective. As soon as something's wrong, it fucking bugs the shit out of me. I'm not talking, like a Facebook post with slang, but if I'm reading like an article in a newspaper or a magazine or like a legitimate website, I'm like, shit. Like it drives me fucking nuts. So I'm with you there. The
Once
guys
you can't unsee it.
No, God, no, it drives me fucking nuts too. And it makes it even worse too if it's in a title and then I see like the article again shared like 2-3 days later. I'm like, they still didn't fix the fucking title. That shit drives me anger. The guys you came up with though, the guys we were just talking about, they got a decade plus on you in years. You weren't coming up necessarily. I wouldn't think rapping with Day, Diz, Source, Awkwards, all them. Were you hanging around any of the older guys when you got into it, or was it like guys around your own age? Because like you're fucking you've been a killer for a few years, and that's a young age kind of to see in battle rap. Some with that's like got that much poise.
Yeah, when I first got into it, basically the death certificate people was the ones that was fucking with me. Beast Gatlin, Dre Vicious, Reese, SO Finesse, my boy Nino, you feel me? Active, so I've been hanging out with them since I pretty much started battling. Like, my first battle, they was in the background. Like, my, let's see, you could go and watch me versus Link, and you'll see Dre Vicious and them all behind me.
Holy shit.
And that was before I was even from that certificate. So I just been hanging with them because my energy, I came with just real energy because I'm not a gangbanger or nothing like that, but people know I'm not no bitch, you feel me? And I bring that energy of I'm not a gangbanger, but I'm not no bitch either. Like, we could get out, and they gravitated towards that because they like, that's cool. Like, you just being yourself. So I always been rocking with them. I never really hung out with Daylight too much or Dizaster until recently. Recently, I've been seeing Diz a lot.
Yeah, in like a good way or just around? Like, have you been having more conversations with them? You mean?
Oh no, he's just been around more.
Okay.
I've had some conversations with Diz. Diz is cool. I don't really be just like talking to Diz on the daily or nothing like that, but I'll be around. But mostly it was just the death certificate dudes, Active, Dre, Beast, Nino.
And does any of the has anyone that's considered a legend in this, a long time vet that's maybe not necessarily that closely connected to the crew reached out to you to give you some sort of praise or some sort of advice over the years?
Not no advice. Danny Myers told me I was nice, but he told everybody nice. He told everybody he's nice. You feel me? He told everybody that shit. So, but really, the YTG dudes. I've been in YTG for a long time, and those are my dudes. Like, I'm always talking to them. I talk to them pretty much every day. Like Mickey Fax, Newborn, 100 Bullets, A Ward. I talk to them every day. Bonnie. So they pretty much when I need like advice or when I need somebody, if I don't feel too confident in a round or something like that, then I'll send them my shit and then have them give me advice and shit like that. So that's pretty much my like go-to if I had like questions for anything like that.
And what do you look at in terms of like rewarding from this? Obviously, financially, there's a reward, but is it your performance? Is it the numbers? Is it the feedback from fans? What are some of the more rewarding things you get out of doing this?
Well, just battle rap in general?
Yeah, outside of the money.
Shit, nothing. I don't even like to do this shit. Like, this shit. This shit, like, I'm not one of those dudes that's like, oh, you guys love my bars. Like, oh, thank fucking God. Like, oh, shit. Like, I appreciate having love and having fans and shit, but I'm not here, like, well, like, what it take off say, nigga, I'd rather be rich than famous. Like, I'm not here for none of that shit. Like, if I could get paid and not have no notoriety or anything like that, then I'll be cool. But since it don't work like that, then it is what it is. So, I guess the main thing besides getting paid would be traveling. I like to travel. I've been to some places. I've been on a plane a couple of times doing this shit, so I could say that for sure. I went to Worcester, Massachusetts.
And you said it right. Good for
you never
dude.
thought you'd be there, eh?
Yeah, so I was like, cool, this is fun. We landed in Boston. We drove. It was like 45 minutes or an hour or something like that through the woods. It was different. It was real easty. So I was like, yeah, I like
it. It was real easty.
Yo, I am shocked that you said that right.
That's funny.
Nah, yeah. Once they told me how to say it right, you feel me? I could. I'm not stupid. Like, I could just say that shit. I don't. Not to say that anybody that can't say it is dumb, but like they told you how to say it, so how can you not say it? Like,
it's just like because when you see the word, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
like,
when you see it, when I first said it, I was like Worcester or Worcester, or I didn't know how to say it. When you see it, it's terrible. But I actually went there and people told me how to say it, so that's why I know how to say it.
Right. So what else you got going on outside of battle rap? Are you is it music? You said earlier merch isn't really your thing. What other sticks do you have in the fire?
Nah, merch is definitely something that I'm definitely getting ready to do. Like,
yeah.
Right now I just need to, fund it. So that's the main problem. So I'm just waiting on my payments, whether it be getting paid every battle or whatever happens after this, whether I have to go get a job or some shit or whether I win $50,000, either or, I'm going to be getting merch out probably, I want to say for sure by the summer next year. Hopefully by spring, but for sure by the summer next year, I'm getting merch out. We're getting music out. I have a whole EP wrote. It's pretty much recorded. I just need to mix it and master it, which again is money.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I got all type of shit coming. 2021 is going down, whether I win the tournament or not. I got all type of plans: music, merchandise. Yeah, pretty much the whole thing you're trying to expect from an artist.
Yeah, Krill actually, he also raps, and it's fucking funny because right now he's in the process of making a project, and like every week it's waiting on the mastering and the edit and the mixing, and every fucking week he's looking at his phone all day long, like motherfucker, send it back, motherfucker, send it back. A lot of hurry up and wait, a lot of raising up the money to get shit done, and trying to find the right guy to do the right job. So I know he definitely feels your fucking pain.
Oh yeah, man.
Definitely.
We can actually talk if you need some mixing and mastering done. I can actually help you up with outsourcing because when you go to Russia, it's a little cheaper than having sound engineers here. You know what I mean? I got a couple of hookups we can talk if you want.
Yeah, he gets everything done in Russia, and it's a lot cheaper than United States or Canada, like a lot, and it's done well too. Yeah, it's a nice thing to have in your back pocket.
Like the plug. Like I'll definitely fuck with some Russian shit.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? It's for real, right? Because the money difference is big, right? So the pay is very different, right?
So what else is Saynt into? Like you said, you're not out here making blogs. You're not out here doing anything. You come, you do your job, you go home, you smoke blunts, and go to bed, right? So fucking
exactly.
What are the things? What are things people might like? What are you into? Do you play hockey? Give us something that people are gonna say, "What the fuck? Saynt does that?" I don't even play hockey, and I'm Canadian.
I really wish I could fucking skateboard, dog. Like, I wish I was, like, a pro skater. Like, I could fucking do all type of shit. Like, to the skate park every now and then and bust my ass, but like I'm not super good at it. Like I could do a couple of tricks. I'll grind a rail or something like that. I could skate a mini ramp. I could do the basics, but I wish I was like super good at that shit. Like that's what I like to do for real.
Have you ever fucked yourself up real bad? Wipe it out?
Definitely. I broke my fucking arm.
Oh.
Scraped my wrist. I was a super skater when I was little. That's what I really wanted to do. I was like really skating. I stopped skating probably in like 2014. Somebody stole my shit. It was at a festival. Yeah, we were at like this dude was turning pro at the park, so they were having a party, and like they were throwing skateboards in the air. So I put my shit down to go try to catch another one, and I didn't catch another one. And when I came back, my shit was gone.
Were you down in Venice, or where were you at?
No, it was in Westchester. It was at Westchester Park. If you know about skateboarding, you know the barracks. So they actually opened up a skate park in Westchester. So it's always a lot of pro skaters and shit going up there.
And pro thieves.
Pro thieves.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because he got away for sure. I was looking for him for a cool like 20 minutes.
Well, he hopped on that motherfucker and skated. What do you think? What do you think? He was walking around?
Like, I thought he was gone. I thought maybe he was still trying to get some more free shit. You know, thieves trying to come up, but he was a smart thief. He was a smart thief. He got on. He took his profits and he went away.
He gained.
Man.
So you're in Cali. The rest of the battles are in Cali, from what I understand. That's what I think Ak was saying, maybe? Is that correct? So you're not leaving Cali from here to the finals, right?
Nah, not at all.
And you just mentioned that you like to travel. So is that kind of the one piss off out of this whole thing? Would you have liked to have had to travel for the battles, or like how the South has to come to you, or you like being at home?
Not at all, because this is my only focus is the $50,000. I don't care if they would have had me driving to Oakland every time I had to battle, or if I had to battle in my own backyard, or if I had to go to Russia. Like, I wouldn't give a fuck. Like, I just wanted to battle. But after this, it's lit, because COVID will be gone hopefully by the summer. Probably it'll take a whole year realistically. So by the time all this shit is done, my name's going to be up there. Hopefully I'll be up $50,000, and I'll be able to go wherever I want to go.
All right, nice. Yeah, do you pay attention to the battle scene in other parts of the world? I mean, not the places where they don't speak English, but like England, places like that. Or even, I know the Philippines is fucking ridiculous with battle rap, but like I said, it's not in English. Do you pay attention to any of those other scenes at all?
Not particularly. I'll watch an English battle every now and then just because it's funny to watch that shit and they be telling funny jokes and shit. Like, they're funny over there. I fuck with them. But not particularly, just because I don't even really watch like battle rap over here like that. Like, I have to go out of my way to watch a battle unless it's like Rum Nitty or B-Dot. I'm liking B-Dot a lot this year. So
sometimes it's better not to watch everybody to stay different.
You said what?
Sometimes it's better not to watch everybody to stay different. You know what I mean? That way you're not listening to their material. You know what I mean? You keep your originality.
Definitely, and I'm kind of like conceited with my raps, and I think everybody's trash. So unless you're really unless you're like one of those ones, I like. It is gonna sound crazy, like West Bias, but I like Geechee, I like B-Dot, I like Rum Nitty. Tay-Rock used to be my favorite, but Tay-Rock been kind of falling off. You feel me? I haven't seen a good Tay-Rock performance in a long time. So yeah, Geechee, Rum Nitty, B-Dot, those are the ones that's really coming with original shit for me right now. Like, every time they battle, they're saying something that I haven't heard before. So if people aren't doing that, then I can't really fuck with it. I know they were telling me that the worldwide scene might be getting tapped into. I can't really say too much, but that sounds crazy, so I may have to start branching out. I know the Philippines, like you said, get crazy. Like, they have like it be looking like millions of people over there. I'll be like, damn.
Yeah, they have reality TV shows based on battle rap and shit. Like, it's like hockey in Canada. Yeah, Sharon's been there I think twice. Once, like both times for battle rap shit, but I think once to actually perform or do something like some sort of a battle in East. He rapped in English. The other person spoke in Filipino. something like that. It was quite a few years ago. But yeah, when he came back, he was telling me that it's fucking nuts over there. He said that everyone's a diehard battle rap fan in the Philippines. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's super crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy too, like that. How much they understand or are tuned into what's going on over here, and they don't even speak the language. Right? That's not their native tongue. Yeah. And they're deep in this shit. They know every KOTD guy, every URL guy, every RBE. Like they're dialed in big time.
Battle rap fans, like that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. All right, before we let you get out of here, Amy, did you want to ask something about Twitch? Sorry.
No. What I was gonna ask is like, so you gonna do merch and you want to travel? You gonna do a hell of a lot of traveling, or what else are you gonna do with that $50K if you get it?
Oh, well, I'm going to invest that because, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to never go back to work again. The last time I had a job, I got fired for telling a manager, not my manager, a manager, to relax. And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. So it's like, if I can't tell people to relax, that's not my environment. No. So hopefully I could get this $50,000 and I could invest it into some things. I do Forex, so I'm doing that. If I was, after this, I'm going to be also trying to do like real estate and shit, like trying to sell real estate. So I would definitely be putting a lot of money into that, into marketing and stuff like that for that, so I can make money that way.
Mr. Babyface knows who people want to buy houses from. I see.
Definitely. It's gonna be a struggle. Like, but once I get it, I feel like once people, if they see you with like having some money and having like some class about yourself and looking like you know how to do it and looking like you have connections and things like that, then you'll be able to trick some people until you actually do have those things, and then you'll be on.
Hey, fake it till you. Well, wait. What were you doing before? Where you told somebody to relax? What kind of job was that?
Security.
I mean, shit. They probably should be relaxed.
Yeah. No shit.
Right. You would think, but no. Security, you can't do shit. You just gotta stand there and shut the fuck up. And I'm not with that.
I can't even describe. Yeah, no, I can't even describe what I'm seeing in my mind, but it's hella funny.
You know what I'm seeing?
Just imagine me in a security guard outfit, like.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I'm imagining Craig and Day Day from Friday After Next, and fucking Day Day's ready to take out security. Yeah, top flight motherfucking security of the world, Craig, of the world. For real?
That's it every day. I was the trollest security guard. That's why I wasn't mad when I got fired, because the relaxed shit was probably just the straw that broke the camel's back, because I was finessing the fuck out of them for real, so I wasn't even mad. But yeah, I was definitely on my top flight security shit.
That's fucking hilarious. Alright. So before we let you get out of here, are you a man of predictions? Can you give us predictions for the final four battles? I think I know who you're going to pick with you and Severe. So the other three, Diz versus Hayes. Who do you think is coming out on top of that one?
Last time I picked against Dizaster, it didn't work. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Dizaster. I feel like he's enough of a legend to understand how to battle a punchline rapper, and I think he'll be able to come out with it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he lost. But I'm going to go with Dizaster. What else they got? Marv and Sharon.
Marvin XL.
Marvin XL, yeah. That's another one of those, like, I may have overestimated Sharon, but at the same time, XL is not nicer than Sharon to me, so I don't know who to pick. Because Marv kind of showed out versus Sharon. But it's like, is Marv going to have an angle for XL? So,
dude, if we get that Marv the rest of this time, it's that I'm sorry. You're a nice guy and all that, but if that Marv keeps showing up, that's it. Like, I haven't seen a Marv like that since I don't know when. I mean, that was not what I expected.
Yeah, he was cool. He was able to talk to Sharon like he was nothing or whatever he did to Sharon. But I'm just like, all right, that was like Sharon. You feel me? What are we gonna? He battled Gage, who gets Gage the fuck out of here. No, all respect to Gage. You feel me? But you're not gonna beat Marv One. So that was like nothing. And then he beat Sharon, which was a surprise, but he had a good angle for Sharon. So it's one of those things where is he gonna be able to keep having good angles? Because if he doesn't have an angle, he's not keeping up punchline for punchline with shit. He might keep up with XL. He's not keeping up with me. If he gets me, like that shit over with. But
right.
But XL and Marv, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Marv because I think XL's kind of overrated with the ping.
And then the last one would be J Murder and Times. And you actually spent time with Times, so you have an inside perspective on this one.
Shout out to Times. I don't want to rain no negativity upon him because he's definitely doing his thing in the tournament. So I'm not gonna speak on that. But he's doing his fucking thing. J Murder's doing his thing. I got Times.
Times
the one to bust out 50 racks, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Times brought out the 50 bands. Times just he talking that shit right now. I feel like it's one of those moments where it's like it's his time to shine. You feel me? So I feel like he's one of those dudes that waited like me. That was just waiting for his moment to shine, and finally he's able to do that. So I think he's for sure destined for the top 4. But you never know. J Murder is nice. He knows how to punchline. So we'll see. It's kind of like a mirror match style wise.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you feel about, I think one of the bigger differences that we're watching, week over week versus just a singular card, pretty much on any platform, is the consistency of the face-offs. I mean, do you like that? Do you like having to show up the day before and do the thing on the camera and be there with the guy? Like, do you like all that, or would you rather be doing anything else?
I wish I could do it without 50 bands on the line because I'm such an entertaining, I would be the best face-off dude. Plus, they're giving me, I think my face-off now is going to be good because I don't really care. Like, me and So Severe are cool, but, I can say whatever the fuck I want to say to So Severe, so I really don't care. So, I like doing the face-offs. That's my thing. I argue. We used to argue and shit in high school, argue about basketball and shit. That's what I like to do, so. I enjoy it. Hopefully I get to do it more outside of a setting where, you have to win or you have to lose. I miss just, battling and then you could say you won if you didn't. I miss that
shit. Nice.
So basketball, You like to argue about that? Jordan or LeBron?
Oh, good.
Jordan or LeBron? Kobe, man. Y'all disrespectful,
That's
bro.
right.
Okay,
That's
I can live with Kobe. I'm a Jordan guy, and I'm like, Kobe is that's the only thing we have even close to Jordan. It's fucked. Even still, when I hear his name or read something about him, I can't believe that he's gone. It's just like Kobe Bryant's not supposed to go out like that, especially this young. That was a crazy one. But yeah, so Kobe's your guy?
Yeah, Kobe definitely the GOAT for me. The only thing is that I could concede to Jordan because they had the exact same styles, but Jordan's stats are better all around. He was more efficient. He got more rings and all of that shit. So I could respect that. And Jordan is the originator. So I could respect people saying Jordan is the GOAT over Kobe. But I feel like Kobe just took it to a whole new level. Jordan didn't score 81. Jordan didn't outscore the Mavericks 62 to 60, whatever they had in 3 quarters and then leave out the game. Jordan wasn't doing that. Jordan wasn't shooting over double teams, stationary and shit. Kobe was doing ridiculous things. So that's my argument, that Kobe just did more difficult shit. But if you want to say that Jordan was more efficient and they had the same style, then I wouldn't be wrong with that. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that. But shout out to LeBron, though. He's definitely clearly number 3. He's a fucking beast.
Were you a LeBron fan before he came to LA?
No, and I'm still really and I still be on the fence. But when he came, when he first came in 2018, I was the one in the group that I was saying, all right, let's give LeBron a chance, let's give him his respect. I really wasn't super hating on LeBron. Like when he was in Cleveland and shit, like when he was beating the Warriors and shit, I was giving him his props, giving him his respect. But sometimes he do bitch shit and he do shit where I feel like he be clout chasing. Like before we got Anthony Davis, I feel like he was dick riding Anthony Davis. Like any chance he could, he would beat Anthony Davis, and he brought him on the show. And when they were at the shop and Anthony Davis said something, and LeBron would just super react to it, and he would always just keep talking to Anthony Davis. Just Anthony Davis. Oh, you know who's taking control of their career? Anthony Davis. I feel like he do. Like, just little sneaky shit. And then when he came and then was sitting at the end of the bench in 2018 when we was getting blown out, basically saying, like, oh, yeah, y'all trash. Like, this don't have nothing to do with me, when Kobe would have been in the game trying to get us back. So I didn't appreciate that. But, shit, he accomplished his goal by getting AD, so he didn't come over here for nothing. I knew once he came over here that all our rookies would be gone. So as long as you feel me, you traded our rookies and you did what you were supposed to do with it, then I respect it.
Who's a better duo, Davis and LeBron, or Shaq and Kobe?
Shaq and Kobe, like
Kobe. Yeah, like, that's the right answer. Sometimes there's not a right answer. Like, there's a right answer this time.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you can't ever try to say Shaq and LeBron and AD are better than Shaq and Kobe until they at least three-peat. Then you can compare them. At least three-peat. They got a three-peat. And then we got to look at the stats. But LeBron and AD are definitely one of the most dominant duos ever. Like, that used to be a fantasy duo for me.
Certainly. Okay, Saynt, we'll let you get out of here. We really appreciate the time. Before we go, though, let everyone know where they can find you. Be on the lookout for anything you want to plug right now.
At Saynt Da Vinci on Twitter, just because I be getting suspended and shit, but I'm a chill now. So at Saynt Da Vinci on Twitter, and at Saynt LA everywhere else. Instagram, Facebook, music, Apple Music. I got a single out, Rubber Bands, on Spotify, Apple Music, all the platforms, you feel me? So Saynt LA everywhere, and Twitter, Saynt Da Vinci.
Excellent. All right. For Saynt, for Amy Barton, for Kirill Kasatsky, I'm Jake Kelly. This is The Building Downtown. We out. Peace.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.